Trigger warning. Ghosts, ghouls, and gruesome stuff ahead. It's weird, it's dark, it's your kind of vibe.
Welcome to Haunted and Homicidal, the podcast where true crime meets the paranormal. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Courtney. Every week we uncover the terrifying, the twisted, and the totally unexplainable. Lock your doors and grab your sage.
Because things are about to get haunted and homicidal. I got the Reuben egg rolls or something from there. They were so good. I like Reubens.
Oh.
Yeah, I like sauerkraut.
Okay.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Again, we're going to mention Haunt Fest because it's going to be a super good time.
Yes.
Hope you guys have checked out their website so far. Don't leave us hanging about that. Just check them out. Buy some merch. Get some tickets. Do all the stuff. Harmful. It is not going to be harmful. Thank you. Thank you. But now a word from our sponsor. Hey guys.
What's up?
We are going to talk to you about something called Haunt Fest. Super excited. We are partnering with them for all of their little events. So Haunt Fest is crawling back from the darkness, bringing more mayhem, monsters, and madness each year.
Step through the gates and into a fully immersive world of horror art, live music, spooky vendors, themed entertainment, and eerie activities lurking around every corner. Depending on the event, you may find axe throwing, trivia, animal encounters, rage rooms.
Ooh.
I need to do a rage room. Photo ops, food and drink, ghost stories, freak shows, hay rides, haunted attractions, and more. Some locations even feature camping, after-hour parties, and other exclusive surprises.
Our characters, awesome name by the way. That is so cute.
I know, right?
Roam the grounds hunting for fresh screams. If you're easily spooked, grab a Ghoul Gone Glow bracelet at the gate to help keep the beasts at bay. Which is cute. You know, people have like autism and stuff and their little or kids are scared. I love that they do stuff like that.
My old roommate wanted one for when we went to Terror on the Coast.
Nice. So yeah, Haunt Fest, they're taking everybody into consideration. Pre-sale tickets start at a killer price. For the full nightmare experience, upgrade to the RIP Pass for exclusive perks. Season passes are now also available, granting access to any Haunt Fest event throughout the whole entire year.
Whether you're a thrill seeker, a horror fanatic, an Addams Family, or simply dead inside.
That's me.
Like Lauren. Haunt Fest is where Halloween never dies.
This is my jam.
Slip on your monster skins and join us for a weekend of scares, screams, and unforgettable memories.
Join Haunt Fest at the 2026 premiere of Death March at Trim Tab Brewing Company in Birmingham, Alabama. The thrills begin at 2 p.m. on March 7th and 8th, with the event ending at midnight on Saturday and 8 p.m. on Sunday.
And then Haunt Fest is back for its 4th annual Athens, Georgia event, April Ghouls, at Terrapin Beer Company on April 11th and 12th, 2026 at 2 p.m. Throw on a costume and boogie at our new Dead Man's Party from 10 p.m. to midnight on Saturday.
I'm loving all these names.
I know,
great.
right?
Haunt Fest returns to historic Hopkins Farm in Simpsonville, South Carolina for a September to Dismember on September 25th and 26th from 5 p.m. to midnight on Friday and 2 p.m. to midnight on Saturday. Hopkins Haunted Attraction will feature a sneak peek walkthrough haunt for the event, which will open at 7:30 p.m. each night and is included in your festival entry ticket. A September to Dismember will be a full-fledged weekend festival with vendors, live music, themed entertainment, and much more. Prepare for a dead man's party.
This November, join us for some post-Halloween thrills at the premiere of Haunt Fest Harvest of Horrors at Bobby Brown Park in Elberton, Georgia. The magic begins at 5 p.m. on the 6th and 2 p.m. on the 7th, continuing until the clock strikes midnight. Camping, yurts, movie screenings, bouncy houses, and more are offered at this venue. If you're a raging psychopath,
I am.
Sign up to sleep in our night terrace camping area where our ghouls can creep around your tent after hours until 2 a.m. on Sunday morning.
That sounds so fun, guys.
To take a first look at the venue, come to our free On the Water Sink or Swim horror movie promo event on July 25th. For more information, to get involved, or to buy tickets, visit hauntfest.net.
Guys, do it. Okay, love you. Bye.
Do it.
Gonna be a good time, guys.
Yes.
Check it out. Go do all the things. Do the characters.
Hag.
There might be hags there. They dress. I mean, people dress up. Like, you never know. So last week was really long. I'm sorry about it. Just kidding. I'm not sorry about it. You guys know what you sign up for when you start listening to us. At least by now you should, because we are like 60 some odd episodes in.
And my tweaking from last episode.
Yeah, and Courtney, her conniption fits over. Yeah, the O.J. Simpson case, Nicole Brown Simpson was it's very annoying. But that's what happens when you have money, guys. So, like, whatever. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it this week, because this one is pretty short. And I have stuff to do after this, so I need to get it over with.
So I have the Corvin Castle. It's one of the biggest and most impressive castles in Europe.
Okay.
Not likely.
Damn.
He said, incorrect.
Located in the city of Hundora on the Hungarian-Romanian border. Also referred to as Hunyadi Castle and Hundora Castle.
Oh, it's pretty.
Looks like it's coming straight from a fairy tale book. Its
Yeah, it
history
does.
is quite dark.
Oh, no.
And it's only accessible by a long drawbridge.
Okay. Yeah, see that? It looks like the Hotel Transylvania Castle.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, that's really pretty. Yeah, I like that.
So
I'd live there.
we're going to talk about the history.
Okay.
So John Hunyadi, the voivode. It is on.
John Punani. Got
The
it.
voivode, which is ruler of Transylvania, ordered the castle to be built in 1441.
That's why it looks like the Hotel Transylvania Castle, because he did the Vlad Castle too.
Foolish.
Yeah, mama.
He chose a location carefully, right on top of the ruin of a fortress once built by King Charles I of Hungary.
Okay.
Today, due to border changes, the castle stands in Romania, but back then it was on Hungarian land.
Okay.
Why are you scared? Corvin Castle is built on top of a hill right above the Zlasty River. It has several large towers, which gives this Renaissance Gothic castle a romantic touch.
Oh.
3 of these towers, the Capistrano Tower, the Deserted Tower, and the Drummer's Tower, were used as prisons.
Oh, no.
It took about 15 years to construct this castle.
Oh. I mean, it's a massive castle, but, like, why?
Just wait.
Okay.
And when John died in 1456, the work on the castle stagnated.
Okay.
It was in the 17th century that people wanted to renovate the castle. In 1854,
All of us.
a fire caused by lightning destroyed all the wooden parts of the castle,
Oh, no.
except for one thing. The 500-year-old wooden door to the dungeons.
Nice, kind of. I don't know how I feel about that, but okay.
It took over 40 years to restore the castle again.
Oh, wow.
So, in the courtyard near the 15th century chapel, a 100-foot deep well can be found.
Okay.
According to the legend, this well was dug by 3 Turkish prisoners who were promised freedom if they reached the water.
Okay.
They had to dig into solid stone, so it took them 15 years and 28 days to finish.
Jesus.
When the water came into sight, the 3 exhausted men were thrilled.
I bet.
But John, who made them the promise, had died in the meantime, and his wife had other plans.
Oh, no.
So the keepers just laughed and threw them back into their cells. One of the prisoners-
Oh, my God.
Not likely.
That is horrible. They're like, haha, you're in jail again.
You thought, bitch. So one of the prisoners wrote, quote, "You have water, but no soul," on the wall near it.
Okay.
And by this, he cursed it.
Okay.
Today, to your left. What's to my left? Today, Turkish tourists still throw coins into the well to honor their enslaved
Hey, are you
countrymen.
asking?
Are they arguing with each other right now?
No, I think it was asking why you were asking what was to the left.
Oh. Because it told me to my left. Okay. Some claim the
He
roof.
said, why can't you just take it and just not ask questions? See?
By
Fuck.
no means.
Fuck y'all. Some claim the ruthless Vlad the Impaler, Dracula,
Dracula.
has been held prisoner here for
Sometimes.
He was sometimes held prisoner there.
Yeah, he had been held prisoner there for charming. Been there for 7 years from 1462 in a dungeon below the Hall of Knights.
Vlad the Impaler was not charming. He put the heads of his enemies on stakes. So.
Some people claimed he was imprisoned by John himself, which is quite amazing for the good man himself, who had passed away 6 years earlier.
Yeah, like, duh.
They're like, really? The tour guides can even show you where he was held, but there's no evidence of that at all. It's a good story, though.
Okay.
And he allegedly kept himself alive eating rats.
Oh.
Because, like, they didn't do records, so they, like, can't really prove that he was there.
Right, but you
like,
can't prove he wasn't.
And so they claim he lost his mind after a while and got obsessed by impaling his victims because he did the same to the rats he ate. They said that's where he learned, that's where he got his bloodlust and all that shit from.
Okay.
When he was in there for 7 years. Fact remains that many have suffered through torture in this castle. A torture chamber can be found in the dungeon, and apart from some very interesting torture devices, it houses a bear pit as well.
Okay.
Prisoners who were sentenced to death were thrown in this pit and eaten alive by the hungry bears below.
Oh, no.
So, the legend of the raven. So,
Okay.
John's
Caw, caw,
so John's family crest contains a raven, which Corvus is raven in Latin, carrying
Okay.
a golden ring in its beak. And there's a legend about this, which may have some truth to it.
Okay.
So, King Sigismund of
Oh.
Luxembourg ruled Hungary from 1387 until 1437.
Okay.
He had a child with one of his subjects.
Okay.
He gave her a golden ring, telling her to pass it on to her son. The ring was given to the son when he was of age, but a raven stole it and took off. John
Sounds like something a raven would do.
Yes. John got it back.
How do you feel?
I feel like that's something a raven would do. Like, what?
John got it back while shooting the raven with an arrow.
No.
Are you frightened? Why would I be frightened? Which might indicate that John is a legitimate child of King Sigismund. But we will never know the real story behind this.
Okay.
So now we talk about the ghosts.
Guts.
Ghosts. A place with so much pain and suffering must be haunted.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so.
So the Capistrano Tower is haunted by a monk.
Okay.
The monk was sentenced to death for spying on a nobleman in the council room. He was bricked into the wall and slowly died.
No.
He's still there,
No.
spying on people.
No. He's going to be the one that's going to grab my hand and drag me up a wall.
So when you're there and you're feeling watched, it's
You
probably
are-
him.
You are being watched.
Probably him. There have been other reports of people seeing apparitions, shadow figures, and orbs. Many EVPs have been recorded as well. And there is some violent poltergeist activity going on.
Okay.
People also get overwhelmed by the feeling of dread. Screams and footsteps are heard, and people have been touched by unseen hands.
Okay.
A few years back, some clever tourists managed to get themselves locked in after hours.
Oh, no.
What started off as a prank resulted in utter fear.
Good. That's what they deserve.
It's not for you.
Yeah, see, it's not for you. You're not supposed to do that.
Overwhelmed. When the castle opened its doors the next morning, they were found bruised, beaten, and literally terrified. They said some unseen force tortured them all night.
That is hilarious.
So whatever you do, don't get locked in.
Yeah, that's stupid. Don't do that.
Not even for fun. So today, the castle has been a museum since 1987 and offers tours.
Stress.
But beware of the torturous poltergeist. He's out for your blood.
It sounds like it.
And that's it.
You know what I like about that story and the story you did last week? There were no children involved. I'm
and
getting
then watch my next one have children.
probably, but I'm getting a little bit of a break. I'll take it.
Failure.
That's crazy. Like, because
I failed at not
failed.
having children.
you failed. The last castle you did was like a Vlad the Impaler thing too. So like,
yeah, there's like 3 castles
where they are saying that he has been held.
involved with
That's
Vlad.
crazy.
Because Zach and them did one.
And it wasn't the 2 that you've done.
It's a
Okay.
different one.
Well, now we're going to talk about shadow people. Most people have probably experienced shadow people before.
I have.
So, yeah. So, what are they?
Who's Nicole? My tummy's growling.
Nicole Brown Simpson.
Motherfucker.
She's like, hey, thank you for being so angry for me. At its core, the term shadow people refers to fleeting silhouettes, usually human-shaped, black or dark gray, without distinct features.
Medicine?
That witnesses perceive as intelligent or conscious rather than shadows cast by objects. People often describe them as standing, human-shaped figures, completely dark like a silhouette or a shadow, without facial features or detail, sometimes appearing to move, or sometimes merely observed peripherally before disappearing. That's usually when I see mine. I don't see them head on. I just always see them out of the corner of my eye.
Oh no, I saw mine. I think mine was more of a demon.
Why are you asking?
I didn't ask anything. The one that turns your light off?
Undoubtedly.
I didn't turn my light off. It stared. It had. Okay, so I used to sleep with my door open.
Yeah.
Never doing that again.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I woke up and it was like the middle of the night, like pitch black.
Yeah.
Mom's asleep. Drew's brother's asleep. Dad's, because he worked amphitheater, so there was a concert, so he wasn't home.
Yeah.
And I woke up and all I see are 2 red eyeballs and then 3 long fingers by my light switch.
Definitely.
That wasn't a shadow person. That was a demon.
Yeah, that was a demon.
That was a demon.
So yeah, ever since then, I refuse to sleep with any door open. If any, no. So every time I have to animal sit, I have the door open. I'm like,
She's not here.
I don't sleep very well.
Arthur.
Who's Arthur?
I wouldn't imagine you would sleep well. These encounters are often unsettling, sometimes frightening, but always memorable.
Yes.
Please stop.
Okay. I can't. I have to get through this. Sorry. Although the phrase shadow person is a relatively modern term, the concept exists in many traditions and eras under different names. In ancient civilizations, like in Egypt, it's called the Ba, which is a spiritual aspect of the soul. We talked about this when we were talking about
I'm stuck.
like astral travel and all that.
You get stuck a lot.
Yeah. And it was sometimes visualized as a dark figure in the afterlife. In indigenous traditions, many Native American tribes talk about spirit figures or shadow-like presences that teach, warn, or guide. So they're more like guides rather than something to be afraid of. In medieval and Renaissance Europe, during the Middle Ages, shadow-like apparitions were often interpreted as demons or omens. Cloaked figures in folklore sometimes represented restless spirits or night wanderers of ill omens.
Disgusting.
Rude. Don't talk about Renaissance Europe, okay? Travelers' journals and spiritualist accounts from the 1800s describe encounters with dark human-shaped entities in haunted houses, old battlefields, or during periods of intense fear, often tied to dreams or sleep disturbances. Like you woke up because like you felt something there and you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah, I literally put covers on my head and I was like, I'm not coming out until morning.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
And I literally was like, I live with the mom. Did you check on me at all last night? No. Went to my brother. You come in my room at all? No. I asked Dad, did you come home at all? No, I've been at work.
Yeah.
Who the fuck was at my door?
That demon.
With 3 long ass fingers.
So
They were like that long.
The specific label shadow people began appearing more commonly. I don't either. In 1970 and the 1980s, largely tied to paranormal investigators, sleep paralysis research, and reports of recurrent sightings in certain locales. Shadow people entered popular culture through books, documentaries, and later the internet, because like everything is on the fucking internet, where thousands of first-hand accounts would be shared and debated. So like that's like the first thing.
Medicine.
Mine said medicine earlier.
I don't know. It sounds like the baby's coughing.
Mark.
I don't know who Mark is. Although descriptions vary, certain patterns emerge. Classic shadow person is around 5 to 6 feet tall, opaque black or gray silhouette, no facial features, and sometimes disappears instantly. I usually just kind of like see mine out of the corner of my eye, just like moving. You're rude.
Yours is being rude to you today.
There are some shadow figures that wear hats. Some witnesses specifically describe these shapes wearing hats. particularly fedoras or brimmed hats, almost as if distinct types exist. So, like, they're seeing these shadow figures, but they're wearing hats.
Okay.
I never saw that. It was just the black. Shadow children. Shorter figures, sometimes described by children or in children's accounts, invoking curiosity rather than fear. Nope. That's the one I'm going to be terrified of. Dynamic behavior of the shadow people. They're usually standing still, or they move very quickly and disappear suddenly. And they usually appear at night or in low light. No, because the ones I see are usually during the daytime. But usually they're approaching, watching, or vanishing when noticed directly. So, like, if you look directly at it, like, they're either coming at you or they're like, oh, I got seen. Peace out. There's no in between. I don't know. So a significant cluster of shadow person reports is tied to sleep-related experiences, especially sleep paralysis. During sleep paralysis, which is a state where the body remains immobile while consciousness is awake.
What did I?
What?
Oh.
Many people report pressure on the chest, inability to move, feeling watched, and seeing dark shapes in the room, like moving.
Yeah.
Sleep paralysis occurs when people wake from rapid eye movement or REM sleep, but the brain hasn't fully reactivated muscular control. Because the mind is awake while the body is still in a dream state, dream imagery can blend with waking perception, often very realistically. So your brain is awake before your body is.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't move. And then, like,
Yeah.
you're seeing shit. Psychologists and sleep researchers argue that this neurological crossover can produce vivid hallucinations, including silhouettes, figures at the edge of vision, that's where I see mine, or even sensations of presence. I do feel that too.
Yes.
Hypnagogic and hypnopompic hallucinations. These are images or sensations that occur. So hypnagogic means when you're falling asleep, and hypnopompic means when you're waking up. So in both cases, this can happen. You can see the shadow figures.
Mm-hmm.
But in also both cases, the brain's visual center and fear response can be active while the rational centers are not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, it's not happening. So making even normal visual noise feel menacing or animate. Despite scientific explanations, many people interpret shadow figures as spirits or souls instead of demons.
Yeah.
They're demons. Some traditions see them as departed souls, guardians, or lost or stuck spirits, which kind of makes sense, you know. A popular theory among paranormal circles is that shadow people are entities from another dimension, briefly intersecting with ours. So they're just like popping through and leaving.
Mine did
Which
not.
is why they they evaporate so quickly.
Mine did not.
Demons. In some religious or spiritual beliefs, shadow people are interpreted as dark entities, malevolent or symbolic of internal fear. So, like, demons.
Demons.
With the red eyes.
Yes.
Long, freaky fingers.
No.
They're going to hold your hand and drag you up a wall. These interpretations are heavily influenced by personal belief systems, cultural context, and individual experiences. There's nothing wrong with my shoe.
Okay.
So let's talk about a few real-world witness reports drawn from public interviews, forums, and documented encounters. So the first testimony, called Watching at the End of the Bed. A woman describes waking up at 3 a.m., unable to move, and noticing a dark figure at the foot of her bed. She said, "It wasn't just a shadow from the window. I could see it move. I tried to scream, but I couldn't, and then it was gone." Many people with similar stories tie the experience to sleep paralysis, but not all of them. Testimony number 2 is called In the Cabin. A man recalls living alone in an old cabin. He says, "The lights would flicker. At first, I thought it was just the age of the cabin. Then I started seeing shapes, tall, black, like someone standing in the hallway. But when I blinked, nothing." Yeah, get a large gun. It's not going to help with shadow figures, but good enough. This witness reported feeling observed more than directly threatened.
Cursed.
Yeah, I would say that's cursed. I would not want something watching me. I don't like it. So, testimony number 3 was called My Son Saw Figures in the Night. I don't like the children ones. Hello. A parent reports a child seeing smaller shadow figures at night. Quote, he said they didn't talk, but they watched. He wasn't afraid, just confused. I mean, he's a kid.
Yeah.
Children's reports are particularly interesting because they often lack the cultural framing adult witnesses bring. So when a kid sees something, like, they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. They're not knowledgeable. So, like, they're fucking seeing shit, which is why children are terrifying. Mainstream science categorizes shadow people sightings primarily through neurology and sleep
How come?
science, just because that's how they do it.
Quit interrupting.
As we discussed, again, mainly sleep paralysis, hypnagogic and hypnopompic hallucinations, which is when you're first falling asleep, when you're first waking up, and your brain misinterpretation of visual noise. It's kind of like the periodalia, where you are already kind of knowledgeable about something and expecting to hear or see something. So when you do hear or see something, your brain automatically is like, that's a fucking demon. That's Bigfoot. That's the Alabama white thing. It's whatever. Researchers note that when the brain is partially awake but still in REM, the amygdala, the center of fear processing, can be hyperactive. If you have ADHD, it's probably super hyperactive. Like when I see shit when I'm quote unquote sleeping or just like waking up or going to sleep, I just close my eyes and pretend it doesn't exist. My theory is I'll deal with it tomorrow.
That's what I did.
I will deal with it tomorrow.
I said, fuck that shit. I'm going under covers.
Yep. This can make normal shadowy shapes seem threatening or alive. Again, periodalia, like I just talked about. This is the brain's tendency to find patterns, especially faces or figures, in random stimuli, like shadows in dim rooms, movement in peripheral vision, and light distortion from screens or street lights. So if you're already going into a situation thinking you might see something and you see something, that's what it is.
Yeah.
The brain tries to make sense of ambiguity by filling in shapes. Like, so if it's just like a random shape, your brain's like, I don't like this. Let me put something to it and fucking scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So, once someone knows the idea of shadow figures, the brain is more likely to interpret ambiguous visuals in that context, similar to how people expect to see faces in clouds or shapes in clouds.
Yeah.
Because you can look at a cloud, and if you know you're supposed to see something, you're going to see something, even if the person next to you doesn't see that same thing. You already know about it. Your brain is automatically going to pop that into your head.
Sure.
Sure.
No. Despite scientific skepticism, paranormal investigators continue to study shadow person reports using night vision cameras, EMF detectors to detect supposed energy fields, audio recorders, multiple eyewitness interviews. Some claim shadow phenomenon show apparent independent motion, rapid complete disappearance, which would kind of tie into that multiverse kind of thing.
Yeah.
Look closer.
I don't want to. In correlation with other unusual events. However, critics point out that these findings are rarely repeatable under controlled conditions. So, whether grounded in neurology culture or the paranormal, these experiences affect people deeply and differently. Common emotional responses include fear, curiosity, and relief after explaining it as a neurological event. You probably do not feel relieved about the demon. No, not at all. You have the fear and the curiosity because you want to know what it is, but you are not relieved.
No.
People who experience shadow phenomenon often report a shift in worldview, increased interest in consciousness studies, or curiosity about the nature of reality. So they're saying people who like typically have these visions are people who like are more knowledgeable about it. Hopefully I don't want to see anybody. Okay. Because I'm pretty knowledgeable now. Shadow people have inspired horror films, novels, television episodes, and internet forming communities. Their image, again, dark human shaped and faceless, tap into something primal, the fear of the unknown, the unseen watcher, the edge of perception. Yours was an unseen watcher. It was just watching you. Because your light was already off, right?
Yeah, it was like the middle of the night.
Yeah. So it wasn't going to turn your light off, but like it was like, hey, assault.
Unlikely.
Well,
See?
I don't know.
See?
It wanted to eat Courtney's soul.
With them red beady eyes.
Yeah, I wanted to eat your soul. So across interpretation, scientific and spiritual, shadow people may reflect that the brain's way of interpreting ambiguous sensory input, the boundary between sleep and wakefulness, deep cultural archetypes, human fascination with life, death, and what lies beyond perception, and whether they are neurological artifacts, paranormal beings, or something else entirely, shadow people remain one of the most intriguing human experiences, mainly because so many people have experienced it.
Yes.
Like, I don't think I know anybody who has not had some kind of shadow person experience.
Yeah.
Like, anywhere. And this one is super short. Sorry, guys. But we did you guys a really long one last time. So it is what it is. Thank you guys for your support. Check out hauntfest.net. Let us know if you go to a thingy, because
Send us pictures.
yeah, we would definitely love to do it.
We just can't this year.
Yeah.
We got no time and we is broke.
Check us out on patreon.com. Go ahead and subscribe. You can do the free tier. It will let you know when our episodes come out. Facebook.com/haunted and homicidal, where you guys can see all the things that we're talking about, like this beautiful fucking castle that they're saying Vlad the Impaler was in again. And then if you guys have any of your own stories or would like to suggest a murder or just like something crazy that we can cover, it's going to be hauntedandhomicidal@gmail.com. Or if you're 7 Brew and want to sponsor us, we'll take that to 2. Okay, thank you. Anyway, thank you guys for all the love and support. We love you guys. Okay, bye.
Bye.